When you're in the City of Champions, it doesn't take long to see boxing legend Rocky Marciano. There's Marciano Stadium at Brockton High School, and Marciano Way near Rocky's boyhood home on Dover Street, across from the Edgar Playground where the champ played baseball. Don't forget George's Cafe on Belmont Street, where on every wall you see Rocky. Mike Cappiello even named his gym on South Main Street after Rocky to keep his memory alive.
You know, Rocky put Brockton on the map. Rocky is the city's champion.
That's why the locals say a statue commissioned by the World Boxing Council belongs in Brockton. There are plans to build a statue in Boston.
I'd like to see the statue in Brockton. I'd like to see it at Brockton High School. I feel that Rocky's from Brockton. I think it's an inspiration to the kids at the high school. If it had to be in Boston, I'd rather see it there than not anywhere, but I'd like to see it here in Brockton.
Where else should the statue go? I mean, it should go in Brockton. This is, you know, in order to remember Rocky, you should want to come to Brockton. People should want to say, well, I want to go to where Rocky Marciano grew up. I want to see Rocky's house. I want to see Rocky's statue. That's what you people want to hear. They don't want to come. Rocky didn't live in Boston, if that's where they want to put the that's where they want to put the statue. I think it should be in Brockton, Rocky's hometown, where Rocky grew up, where all people remember Rocky.
I don't want to see Rocky Marciano's statue in Boston, considering he's from Brockton, and he represented all that's good about Brockton from a historical viewpoint, and I think he's ours. He's not Boston's.
On Thursday, 5 retired boxers met for dinner at George's Cafe. While most think the statue belongs in Brockton, 67-year-old Iron Mike Pusateri, who was friends with Rocky, said more travelers to Boston would see the statue there. Rocky was in the corner with Pusateri during his fights in England and Mexico in the 1960s. What would he tell you in the ring?
I would, whatever he told me, I'd do the opposite.
No, he'd say to him, he'd say to him, sit like blonde out in the third row.
No, he just, you know, my manager was the one that told me what to do. He'd be more or less someone you look up to, you know. He wouldn't really say anything. Occasionally he'd say, "You're doing great, Mike, you do it, keep it up," something like that. Rocky was a great man, and we loved him, we all loved him. As far as the statue, I can really understand why it should be in Boston, and that's because that's where most of the travelers go to, vacationers and so on. There's lots of traffic there. You don't get it that big in Brockton. I'm sure no matter where Rocky's statue went, they'd go see it.
James Edgar Playground, probably around 1952, I think.
Back on Dover Street, Rocky's nephew said having the statue in Boston or Brockton would be a great tribute to his uncle.
I know a lot of people who were there. And as you know, my house is right over here.
Yeah.
My house would be over here, and this is the playground. And you come over here, and this is celebrating after Rocky won the championship. There's a lot of ladies in here who I know quite well. Pat Colombo from George's Cafe. Then there's quite a few others that you probably don't. My grandmother, of course. Yeah, one of my aunts is in there. A couple uncles. And then this is a great picture right here. This is my dad as a young boy reading the newspaper. His brother just won the championship with the legendary Henry Hank Tattaglia and Louis Tattaglia and Chicky Roddenbush, Louis Pachuto, who was a cousin of my dad's. That was a great picture. And then you have over here my Uncle Rocky with some of the old-time Brockton policemen. I don't know what he's signing there, but looks pretty cool with all the policemen in their uniforms, nice and sharp. Then over here you have a picture of the house that we're in right now. We're right in this doorway. And here you have my grandfather and my grandmother and my dad as a young boy, my Uncle Sonny, Alice Kunji, and Rocky making his visit home, walking in the house.
What are your thoughts on the statue?
My thoughts on the statue are, I'm thrilled that they're going to do it, that it's finally going to happen, because we've been talking about this for a long time. Would I like to see it in Brockton? Sure I would. Would I like to see it in Boston? That too. I think I would like that too. And there's goods and bads about both. It would be closer to me. It would be closer for me to show people to come to Brockton. In Boston, I think more people would be able to see it. And you know, when it boils down to it, they're going to say, oh, look, the statue of Rocky. Yeah, he's from Brockton, right? So it's not like people don't know where Rocky's from. They do know where he's from. So that being said, whatever happens, happens. I'm just thrilled that it's finally going to happen. I've heard these stories so many times. I wish I was here. Great picture of Rocky riding down Main Street after he won one of the big fights.
No matter where the statue ends up, Brocktonians say it's a long-awaited tribute to Brockton's beloved son. Maria Papadopoulos, The Enterprise.
I'm sure you agree on with it.